The Q101 Morning Crew.
On Q101.
Oh, it's Q101?
Ahoy! Let's go! We're waking up Chicago. Turn up the radio. It's time to start the show. On Q101 with the Morning Crew. Ahoy! Let's go! Welcome to the morning show.
Let's go! You know, when you pull an all-nighter after a big picnic event, there's just something special about it, right, Kenzie? Right?
What do you, like, special of the show right now? Because I feel like I'm going to die.
Yeah, that kind of feeling, yeah.
It's very special.
I love it. The adrenaline, what a night, what a day yesterday for Q101's picnic. And, yeah, first one on a Sunday. So, hey, we'll get the people next week and say, how about Saturday next year again? That'd be great. But it didn't affect anything, man. So many people. What a joyous hang. That's how I look at it, like that. With some of the best music of the summer, perfect outdoor music. When you had, of course, Giovanni and the Hired Guns, Beach Weather, Bad Flower, who just really destroyed on stage. And, of course, Incubus and Paris Jackson, who started off the show right after School of Rock. Our locals out there doing a tremendous job. But we want to hear from you. If you're where you're at 6:05, are you on your way to work? Did you pull off the picnic day? And, you know, you get up and grind, and that's what you do. You work hard and you play hard. That's the motto. That's it.
I just feel like, what did yesterday qualify as? Which one for us?
What do you mean?
Was it working hard or playing hard?
Well, now's the working hard. It was playing hard yesterday, right?
I don't know. I thought that we were going to have today off. Because technically we worked very long yesterday.
So if you go add up all the days when you work, that was like a fifth day or something, and this is like the weekend day.
Right.
Kind of, yeah.
Or we don't come in Friday. I don't really care.
Uh-huh.
You know.
Sounds like it. Sounds like you care.
I know. I'm saying I don't care which one, if we get Monday or Friday off.
Listen, 312-591-8300. Check in. I want to hear from you because, again, I love doing these events with the bands, but because it's not just about the bands. It's about hanging with you guys. We do have the best listeners. I know that sounds like very cliche, and every radio station talk goes, we got the best listeners, blah, blah, blah. Well, we do. Sorry. Ours are better than everybody else. Because we're
Suck it.
Yeah, we're family, and it's just fun hanging with you guys. You even missed some songs. We were just talking and catching up, and it was amazing night at Northerly Island. Beautiful day weather-wise. We got.
It was very pretty.
People forget.
Out.
Last year we had a great weather for Picnic, but before that, Picnic had this bad history of, even though tremendous artists, having just bad rain. It rained about 4 years in a row for picnics, and then 2019 it rained early, but then it doesn't matter. It didn't dampen anything. It just got everybody wet, and the whole grass area.
So it dampened a lot of things.
I guess it dampened people. That's what it did, yeah. But to have the last 2 years just like that, and
I love how you said it didn't dampen anything. It just got stuff wet. That is the definition.
It didn't dampen the party. In fact, sometimes it amps things up a little bit and gets people going to do more, like, I don't know.
Wet t-shirt contest.
Wet t-shirt, slip and slide in the grass area, sure. But check in with us. We're here with you. Your struggle. And also, you know, whatever else you did this weekend, if you didn't make it, you know, check in with us as always and let us know what you did.
The Q101 Morning Crew.
On Q101.
Well, we always like to check in on Monday. We haven't talked to you guys for many, many hours, unless we saw you at Picnic yesterday about what happened. Ahmad checked in. I broke the 300-pound squat yesterday, so I'm trying to work through even today. Leg muscles are on fire. 300 pounds on the squat. I haven't squatted in a while.
Even to, like, pick something up.
Well, the remote, you know, maybe a chip.
Are you more of a bend and snap person when you drop something?
I just want to know what my max squat is. I haven't done it in forever.
I bet it's like 25.
It sounds miserable to squat, like to go down there and do that.
I bet your max is if you're holding Harper and she drops something and you have to bend down.
I'll
That's probably your max.
I got to say, she's 20 pounds now, Harper is. And when I get off the floor, I have to kind of like do this weird finagle to get up and stand up with her. And I guess I guess my squat max is 20 pounds.
That's where you're maxing out.
Yeah, 20.2 pounds right now, especially after a bottle. Well, listen, Chili Peppers, Lollapalooza this week. We do have Lollapalooza tickets coming up. We'll tell you more about that in a second. After the Red Hot Chili Peppers, it's Brian and Kenzie, Q101.
The Q101 Morning Crew.
On Q101.
The Q101 Morning Crew.
On Q101.
Well, coming up in a fact that makes your brain go, I'm just going to give you this. This is the headline tease, and you deal with it, and you'll be here at 6:30 to understand when I tell you this, that Taylor Swift broke a record that was set by former Seattle Seahawk beast mode himself, Marshawn Lynch. Taylor Swift broke a Marshawn Lynch record over the weekend.
40-yard dash.
It's a good guess. We'll let you know if that's what it is coming up at 6:30.
The Q101 Morning Crew.
On Q101.
Well, it's time for a fact that makes your brain just go, maybe I should make the explosion a little louder like that, because that kind of relates to this fact. Taylor Swift broke a record set by beast mode Seattle Supersonic, Seattle Seahawk, Marshawn Lynch. Now, Kenzie guessed in the 40-yard dash. Taylor Swift, I've heard she's pretty fast.
She's very slender.
Yeah.
She's kind of built for speed, long legs.
Probably has to run from people sometimes.
She's like a gazelle.
Yeah. Taller than Marshawn Lynch, possibly. But that's not the case. So what happened was, over the weekend, Taylor Swift played Lumen Field, which used to be CenturyLink, where the Seahawks play. And back in 2011, if you're a football fan, you remember, of course, the NFC wildcard game when Marshawn Lynch broke 10 tackles for a 67-yard run. It was one of the most ridiculous runs in the history of football. And the crowd level there was out of control. It's one of the loudest stadiums. And it actually set a 0.3 Richter scale earthquake when the crowd was screaming for Marshawn Lynch. Okay, 0.3. Over the weekend, Taylor Swift played the same stadium, and the volume of the fans screaming at the end of the Eras Tour registered 2.3 on the Richter scale, beating his by 2 points, I guess. However, if you're a Richter scale expert. And causing that kind of earthquake, according to seismologist Jackie Kaplan Auerbach, who was at the center when it happened.
I told you when I went to her show at Soldier Field, it was legitimately terrifying. It felt like the stadium was going to collapse. There was everything. I was nauseous how much the stadium was bouncing and moving.
You were at Soldier Field. You said the actual, what do you call it?
The second level.
Second level was actually moving up and down.
Up and down. And not like a little bit where you're like, oh, I was like, I'm going to vomit. It was horrible. And it ruined the whole show for me. Like, I just spent 3 hours being scared. It wasn't fun. So I believe that because I've been to a million football games and concerts there, and that's never happened to me.
No.
It was horrible.
Yeah. And you didn't even go for you. You went for your hubby. You bought him as a gift.
God, I was so angry about it. Stupid.
Well, what is that? That's obviously your scariest situation, but the crew members can check in here at 312-591-8300. The loudest concert you can remember. What was the loudest show you've ever been at? I can remember it like it was yesterday. Q101 did a Halloween show with Foo Fighters and Queens of the Stone Age. This must have been 2003 or 4, and it was called the Halloween Hootenanny. And I wear earplugs at shows.
Was it a hoedown?
I wear earplugs at shows, like even last night at PIQNIQ. I mean, I put them in when I get in the pit. Just want to protect my ears.
You wore earplugs last night?
Yeah, not when I'm in a certain, if I'm far away enough, yes, but when I get in the pit or I'm near the amps, the speakers, the PA, I put earplugs in. You should do that. You should do that.
I didn't see you putting those in.
I sneak them in because I don't want to look like a wuss. People think you're a wuss, you put earplugs in. But you know what? You're the one that's going to be able to hear later in life, and your friends won't. So do it because
what?
See? Kenzie, why do you think Kenzie talks so loud? She can't hear.
No, I really am deaf. I really struggle with hearing.
Yeah, try wearing earplugs. Sometimes the shows sound better with a little bit of plugs, but people always kind of shame you away. I can get up and put my ear right in the speaker. I'm good. All right, you can't hear a clock wake up there on your phone the next morning. I mean.
So did you wear earplugs to that show?
I did.
The Hooten.
How? What do you think it's called?
A Hootenanny. What'd you call it?
No, what do you think it's called?
A Hootenanny. What was it?
It was a Halloween show called the Halloween Hootenanny.
The Hootenanny.
Hootenanny. Hootenanny. Yeah. Anyway,
you guys all sat in a room, and this is the best name you came up with.
No, I didn't come up with it, but it was a wonderful event, and it was so loud. The Foo Fighters at that show at the Metro. I wore earplugs, but I still went home and my ears were ringing like I didn't wear earplugs. The sound went through the earplugs and still attacked my ears. Still destroyed them.
Yeah.
Yep. It was my ears were ringing for 3 days while wearing ear protection. That was wild.
Those damn hootenannies.
Now, some people are checking in saying that that Ed Sheeran was pretty loud. They went to that show over the weekend. You know that was the biggest show ever at Soldier Field, even bigger than Taylor Swift? Because I assume his stage was smaller, so he could fit more people in.
Yeah.
73,000 people.
He also did one night, and
One
Taylor
night.
did 3.
Yeah, I'm not saying
Yeah.
Taylor couldn't have done it if she wanted to. I'm just saying his stage must have been smaller to fit more people
the
in.
largest. It was not. I think it was. I could be making this up, but I think it was 73,000.
It was. Yeah.
73,000.
See, I just said that. You couldn't hear me when I said I just said 73,000. All right, what was the loudest show you were ever at? Hit us up at 312-591-8300.
I know mine. You want to know mine?
What is yours?
A Fall Out Boy at Wrigley.
Oh,
was
just
recently, so
just-
I do remember
yeah,
it.
a month ago.
Holy crap.
So that was allegedly the loudest show ever at Wrigley Field.
I believe it because I've seen a lot of shows there. I've seen Def Leppard, Motley Crue. I've seen country concerts there like Morgan Wallen. I've seen a lot of shows there, and by far, it's the loudest I've seen.
Yeah.
By far.
Yeah. I mean, and that's harder in an outdoor venue like that to have the volume carry to really be that loud when it's all open air.
That's what I mean. That was shocking.
It was rattling our windows. I live about 0.9 miles away from Wrigley Field, and our windows were rattling from that Fall Out Boy show.
Were they?
Yeah,
Was it? Yeah.
absolutely. It was rattling. It was just a brrr, I heard it in a little bit. It was
I felt like a child when you yell at them because a lot of times at shows I'm like a little aloof. I don't need to pay attention.
Yeah.
And they demanded all of my attention. Like I had big eyes. Like I was in trouble. Like, oh my God. It was just so loud. I couldn't do anything else. I just had to focus.
Oh, check in with us. People are checking in with Queens of the Stone Age at the Aragon 9 years ago. Gerard checked
wow.
in. That Aragon booms, has this echo, kind of comes back around because it was an old ballroom, obviously. So it was, it just has a boomy feeling to it. Dragon Force was really loud, Trucker Mike says. Dragon Force probably at Ozfest, I imagine. And Rammstein at Allstate Arena, Wild AF. Dakota says that. That had to be loud. And they also shoot flamethrowers and flaming arrows. So
So did Fall Out Boy. His guitar had flames coming out of it.
that's pretty cool.
I wasn't ready. And it was one of the warmest concerts ever. I thought it was going to be chilly. There was so much fire.
Did you think the fire warmed it up for you nicely?
It was great. No, for real, because they had the pyro in the bleachers. They had pyro, not just coming from the stage. It was toasty.
Interesting. Someone checked in at 219 that the Foo Fighters at Wrigley 5 years ago was the loudest show he'd ever seen in that environment. That's hard to do, like I said, at Wrigley Field.
It really is.
Keep checking in with the loudest show you've ever seen. And I'll tell you what, the Pumpkins, as we had Billy Corgan in here a couple weeks back, and that show at the Metro last year got louder, for sure. Megan was pregnant. We thought our baby was going to be deaf. I said, Megan's like,
born at the show.
yeah, Megan was like, can we go now? I go, no, it's not done yet. Come on. You're only 7 months pregnant. You can hang out. And Billy Corgan and the Pumpkins launched their tour, actually, just over the last couple days, and the set list is out of control. Smashing Pumpkins, 30 years. 30 years this CD came out just a couple days ago. It's Brian and Kenzie.
The Q101 Morning Crew.
On Q101.
The Q101 Morning Crew.
On Q101.
Well, we just talked about in the fact that makes your brain go, that Taylor Swift broke a sound record at the Seattle Seahawks Stadium that Marshawn Lynch, the football player, of course, set the record for his incredible run in 2011 where he broke 10 tackles, 67 yards. It was the most incredible run in football history, pretty much. And her sound record caused an earthquake of 2.3 on the Richter scale from her concert over the weekend. Marshawn Lynch back then was 0.3 on the Richter scale, which is still ridiculous.
Loser.
And we're asking you, like, the loudest show you ever remember, have been to, and a lot of people checking in. Metallica at the University of North Dakota basketball gym.
Damn.
In 1989.
I would imagine that would be loud.
Good Lord. They were still playing. I mean, I guess North Dakota, maybe it holds 10,000 people at that point. 89, I mean, it's right before Injustice for All came out or right around that time. But wow, Brad in Indiana checked in with that one. Loudest show, Green Day at the UIC Pavilion. The Insomniac Tour. We were front row against the gate to the stage, and I couldn't hear for 2 days after. How about that? Hollywood Undead and Atreyu at the Aragon. Couldn't hear for a week. I love it. See, this is what it is. People are almost, you're banging your chest about I couldn't hear for a week. And listen, I've been there. I feel you. But please, people, we have Q101 earplugs that we pass out at shows, and put them in.
We do?
We do. That's what I was wearing them. I don't have my pocket now.
Why did nobody hand any to me? You went and picked some up, and I was with you the whole time.
Well, I figured at this point it's just a lost cause with you. You're deaf at this point. There's no. No, you listen. If you already have some damage, you can still save yourself. You can still start wearing your plugs now.
I save myself because you're not going to help me, you jerk. You didn't even tell me they were there.
AC/DC was super loud. Allstate and Garth Brooks last year at Notre Dame. Wow.
I thought AC/DC is super loud.
Yeah.
I saw them in Minneapolis.
Yeah.
With Styx. That was an awesome show.
Styx played with AC/DC?
It was awesome.
Who opened? Styx, I assume?
I don't remember. I think it was one of those tours where they swapped. I think it was AC/DC first, but they swapped like back and forth.
Wow.
Yeah, it was
what a
great.
weird bill.
It was awesome.
I don't remember that coming. It must have came here. I just don't remember. But check in here with the loudest show you can remember. Sam's checking in from Lombard. Sam, ahoy. What's up, bud?
Hey, ahoy, guys. How's it going?
Pretty good.
My loudest show would probably be Red Rocks, Colorado, a DJ called Bass Nectar. He is not allowed to play there based on the sound that he put out, and the people that live by complained so much that they kicked him out.
Wait, what was his name again?
Bass Nectar. He was a DJ around 2012 to about 2016. He did large EDM shows.
Yeah.
He was a big enough deal to fill Red Rocks?
Yeah, he sold out Red Rocks every year, and then he got too big. They put him to Dick's Sporting Goods Field, it's called. It's a bigger venue out there.
Oh, my God. That's less glamorous.
Oh, it's probably a big-ass stadium. I just love it's called Dick's Sporting Goods Field. Oh, Lord.
Crazy.
I found,
Crazy,
hold on
crazy.
one second here. I found some of the Bass Nectar music here. This is what he sounded like a DJ. Everybody wanted to be
Sam.
Skrillex. Everybody wanted to be Skrillex after Skrillex
Sam, you
hit.
were messed up at that show, were you?
Oh, yeah. Back in the day, that was some crazy times.
Yeah, this is not a sober attending show.
Definitely not. College. That was college.
Picture that beautiful scene of Red Rocks. I imagine it was amazing for you, Sam, out there with the mountains. I've never been there. It's one of my bucket list places to go see a show
It's just
at.
called Red Rock now because they broke it. It shook everything.
Great place to see a show.
Yeah. All right, man. Thanks, bud. Bass Nectar, a little wake you up here on a Monday morning.
Bass
It's kind of funny. He said he was a DJ from till 2016. What happened to him? Is he alive?
I don't know. Probably just became less popular.
doing-
Marshmallow took over.
Is he doing? That's right. Is he doing weddings
That's
now?
what my son was for Halloween. Listen, that stupid DJ came in with his costume and ruined everyone's career. It's unbelievable.
Your kid was Marshmallow for Halloween?
I made a portable DJ board. I used actual records. I had to take a box. I painted it. I put DJ Marshmallow on the front. I had to put a strap on so we could carry it around. And I bought these buttons because he wanted it to play music. And I'm like, I don't know how to do that. Because there's no way I was attaching like an iPad. He's too young, right? He's not like 16 where I trust him with that. I go, I don't know how to make it play music portably. So I had to buy these buttons off Amazon, and they're like game buttons. You know when you slap stuff at games and it's like a buzzer?
Yeah.
But you could record your own sounds. I put like the DJ horn on one, a Marshmallow song on one. Was like beep, 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 beep. Like he could do that.
That's pretty awesome.
And I
Pretty
glued
good
them all
effort
together.
there.
It was, we kick ass at Halloween costumes every year. They're always homemade, baby.
I just want to alert people that to relieve you of any kind of stress. DJ Nectar is alive.
Oh, good.
He's
Bass Nectar?
45 years old. And he just released an album this year called The Golden Rule. So if you're still in the Bass Nectar, I guess you can find him there.
At Dick's Sporting Goods Stadium.
I want to travel out there just to go to that stadium. Forget Red
A bunch
Rocks.
of people said he got canceled.
Oh, never
no.
mind. I didn't know that.
Don't listen to Bass
Do
Nectar.
not buy The Golden Rule.
Don't do it.
Don't. It's horrible. It's
Very
Q101.
bad guy.
The Q101 Morning Crew.
On Q101.
Brian and Kenzie on Q101. So coming up at 8 today, as I said on stage last night, bringing on Incubus to remind people that Lollapalooza this week, Brian and Kenzie all week long have tickets to see the 1975 on Friday, and you will view the show from a special viewing area. That's coming up at
It's
8
a TV
o'clock.
outside.
You're in your house. We'll FaceTime you.
You're going to win a link to the concert.
That'll be right up at 8 o'clock. So 8 a.m., make sure you're here for it. You get the Lala this week, of course, and then that special experience from Brian and Kenzie on Q101. In the meantime, let's go to Gil Curtis, your headlines from the weekend.
This is not headline news. Elon Musk installed an X on top of the Twitter building. Don't get used to it. It'll be replaced by a for lease sign soon. Due to the entertainment strikes, the Emmys are being postponed indefinitely. So you'll have to wait until 2024 to watch people you've never heard of give trophies to shows you never watch. The creator of ABC's The View has died. His eulogy will consist of 4 people loudly talking over each other. And today is Uncommon Instrument Awareness Day. So let me conclude by playing a little something on my theremin. This is not headline news.
The Q101 Morning Crew.
On Q101.